I'm surprised by how often I hear about guilt from creative people. People tell me they feel guilty about spending or wasting their time on making art. Guilty that they're spending money on art supplies and classes, and guilty that they never use those art supplies or complete those classes. Guilty that they're wasting time on something that they're not good at. Guilty that their art isn't bringing in any income. Guilty that they're spending time that they should be devoting to their family or to their chores or to their work. All that guilt is getting in the way of so many artists developing and enjoying the process of making their art. It's that monkey voice in your head, that inner critic, hard at work doing serious damage. So it's time to discuss this and to put that guilt behind us. Let's begin with an established fact. Making art is a valuable and healthy way to spend our time. It's as much a productive pastime as reading social media posts or scrolling through sports scores or watching YouTube videos, probably more so. Art making brings beauty into our lives. It gives us a sense of adventure and accomplishment. It connects us with other people. It shows us how to see the world with fresh eyes. And it's an opportunity for lifelong learning and development. Art is good for our bodies and our brains too. It's been scientifically proven to reduce stress, even lousy art. As you practice drawing, or even just intently watch someone else do it, you build new neurological connections in your brain. You fight cognitive decline, memory loss. The list goes on and on. Making art is as valid and healthy a way to spend your time as exercising or reading or cooking nutritious food. Do you feel guilty about doing any of those things? We worry endlessly that making art deprives our loved ones and our employers. That sitting down to draw means you aren't doing right by your family. You're leaving them without cooked dinners or made beds. But art is something you need to do for you. It's a form of self-care. Self-care is about your physical, your spiritual, your emotional, your mental well-being. And there's nothing self-indulgent or selfish about that. After all, selfish people don't worry about being selfish. Caring for yourself is essential and non-negotiable. It's not the same as luxury and pampering and being spoiled. It's not an indulgence or even a someday activity. It's part of living consciously and well, of fighting burnout and stress-related diseases, of recharging your battery, of filling your cup, of living your life fully. Here's another fact. Choosing yourself is not wrong. It's essential to doing your best for other people too. It's like that old airplane safety message, put on your own oxygen mask before helping others. Art making isn't a zero-sum game. Taking time for you doesn't mean that you're taking time away from others. This is not how it works. The longer you go without spending time on yourself, the more exhaustion is going to set in. Resentment is going to fester. And eventually, you won't have anything left to give to anyone. When you're in the zone making art, you don't feel exhausted. You feel energized. You learn to feel calm under pressure. You increase your ability to focus, to respond to change. These are all skills that'll help you to be there for your other responsibilities instead of feeling worn out or put upon. The art you make doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't even have to be good to accomplish all these wonderful effects. Our society has such a twisted view of what art's purpose is. We see it as a commodity to be bought and sold. We see artists as these dreamers and freaks. And no matter how much the creative urge burns within us, we feel ashamed of it. And when we feel like we're failing at our art, we feel even worse. We tell ourselves that we need to figure out a way to make money from our art, and that only sales and exhibitions are going to make it a legitimate endeavor. Our inner critics scrutinize every mark we make like venomous Simon Cowells. We harass and victimize our creative impulses until they're squelched. But making art is mainly about making. It's a process. It's a game. It's a state of being. Society might insist on evaluating only the results to figure out how much money they're worth. But that's not your problem. You don't have to do this alone. Tell your loved ones what making art means to you, how important it is to your well-being, how you don't want to feel burnt out and depleted so you can't do stuff for them. Enlist their help in fighting your guilt. Allow them to encourage you to do what you need to do, to keep you accountable for making time for what you love to do. And ask them to join you. Draw with your kids, paint with your spouse, make stuff with your friends. You'll all love it. If you don't get cooperation, then it's time to set some boundaries. After all, your time is yours. You own it. It's finite, and you get to choose how to spend what you have left. Learn to say no to others now and then, so you can say yes to yourself. Boundaries let you maintain your priorities and ensure your well-being. They help you to respect yourself, and you deserve respect. Book artists' dates with yourself. Schedule ironclad slots on your calendar to work on your art, to go to museums, to take classes, and make it clear to other people that, and to yourself, that these are not negotiable. Expand your community to include other artists. Join clubs, find like-minded people online, and allow them to keep you accountable to yourself, to keep showing up for you and your art. Remember, this is essential stuff. It doesn't go at the end of your to-do list after you've done all your real work, after everyone else is taken care of. And it's not a reward for doing all your chores. Self-care and creativity have to be a high priority. Most importantly, be there for yourself. Instead of making yourself feel guilty, think of what you'd say to a friend in a similar situation. You tell them how great they are, how capable they are, how much they already do for others, how much you admire and love them. Don't you deserve the same support and kindness? I hope this was helpful. If it was, here are 3 things that you can do to help build your creativity. Subscribe to this channel. I make new videos each week. 2, sign up for my weekly essay. It's all about ways to kickstart your creativity, and it's free. And 3, watch another video. Thanks a lot.